that there are amazing, great initiatives that are happening all the time, and there's a real sense of community.
One of the great things about living in the city of Merced is how the city embraces the families and children in the community.
It has a lot of movie theaters. Yeah, it has a lot of good cafes.
Annual State of the City in the beautiful Merced Theater. My name is Sarah Krabari Hill, and I am the Chief Executive Officer of the Greater Merced Chamber of Commerce, and I'll be your host for this event. And most importantly, I'm a proud Mercedian. Before we begin, I'd like to share that we have Spanish and Hmong interpreters here with us today. They are located to the side of the theater for those that are interested in their services. I'm so excited to be here with you this morning. I have attended the last 3 State of the City events, and I'm always inspired by the energy buzzing about in the lobby, here in this room, and as we leave and go back into our lives with a renewed sense of community. As I look out into the crowd this morning, I know that today will be no different. This is an exciting time to live in, work in, and enjoy Merced. Amazing things are happening in our town, and I can't wait to continue to watch it evolve. 2019 was a stellar year for Merced, but I know 2020 will be a landmark year for our city on the rise. This event would not be possible without the support of our amazing donors. Thank you to our great sponsors, Seritage Growth Properties, Educational Employees Credit Union, Merced Irrigation District, Central Valley Community Bank, and Merced County Office of Education. Thank you to the Board of Directors and staff here at the beautiful Merced Theater for once again hosting us. We are so fortunate to have this theater in our city. Last but not least, we are grateful for Mixed Bakery for providing us with the delicious cookies this morning. We will start off the morning with an invocation, so please join me in welcoming Pastor Al Scott from Gateway Church.
Will you please rise for the prayer and then remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Merced means mercy. Mercy is a gift from God, and we receive it and continue to receive it by walking in the ways of God. The psalmist writes in Psalm 25, "In you, Lord my God, I put my trust. I trust in you. Do not let me be put to shame. Show me your ways, Lord. Teach me your paths. Guide me in your truth and teach me. For you are God, my Savior, and my hope is in you all day long. Remember, Lord, your great mercy and love, for they are from of old." Please join me in prayer. God of mercy, please be the God of Merced. Show us your ways. Teach us your paths. Guide us in and by your truth, that we might become wise, loving, righteous, just, a people filled with your presence who walk in your mercy, are guided by your mercy, receive your mercy, extend your mercy, live in your mercy. We welcome you here now to guide us as we think toward the future. In the name of the King of Mercy, Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor, for the lovely prayer. I'm excited to announce that after a citywide search was conducted, the Cuties were chosen to sing our national anthem. They are a trio made up of sisters, 2 of which work at our local Costco. Please join me in giving them a very warm welcome.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, we're so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, those bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
That was amazing. Thank you so much, Cuties. Now please join me in welcoming Shawani Lata and Martha Monzo from El Capitan High School as we say a pledge allegiance to our nation.
Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
This morning, we have the privilege of hearing about what the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is doing in our community. So please join me in welcoming Anissa Fregoso.
Buenos dias and good morning, and welcome to the 2020 State of the City Address. My name is Anissa Fregoso. I'm a small business owner for Farmers Insurance, located downtown on Main Street. I am also the Vice President of the Merced County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm humbled and honored to be presenting and representing the Hispanic Chamber this year for the State of the City Address of Merced. Thank you. Our nonprofit organization was created by a group of dedicated Hispanic leaders of Merced in 1947 in order to provide economical support for Hispanic-owned businesses who are often misrepresented. Our job is to provide resources, programs, and services to help your business grow, no matter the size. We advocate locally through the City and County of Merced and also statewide along the California Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, excuse me, in the support or opposition of bills that will be presented in Sacramento that will impact our small business. 2019 has been a phenomenal year for the Hispanic Chamber. We have been very busy with coordinating business mixers, ribbon cuttings, organizing annual fundraisers that help support our chamber and its continued growth, as well as assisting with fundraisers that help support our Hcc Scholarship Foundation, who give 2 different types of scholarships. One in the name of a community leader, who is no longer with us. Her name is Linda Lopez. And the other, the Merced County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Scholarship. I'm extremely proud of the foundation we created last year, our Hcc Scholarship Foundation, a 501c3, which has its very own dedicated president, Daisy Salgado, and its own respected board members. We also put together resources for small businesses that will assist them both in the short term and long term in economic growth. We are currently working on more bilingual educational and training opportunities, seminars, and advocacy awareness. The Hispanic Chamber also recognizing amazing Latino men, women, and businesses that go above and beyond their call of duty, also known as Man of the Year, Woman of the Year, and Business of the Year, all awarded at our annual installation dinner. In March, during National Women's History Month, we host a Latina luncheon that recognizes strong Latina women whose amazing contributions are making a difference in the lives of others and their respective communities, and are continuing to grow and improve the health and well-being of Merced County as a whole. I would like to personally thank our board of directors who contribute their valuable time and ideas to the organization. I would also like to thank the City of Merced and Mayor Mike Murphy for their support in the Hispanic Chamber. We as a group could not function without one another. So, and we could not function without all of you as well in our community. So remember, we are here to support you and your community, and let's make the year 2020 another successful year. Thank you. Gracias.
Let's give one more round of applause for Anissa. Thank you so much for sharing the work that you and your chamber are doing to uplift the business community of Merced. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you our mayor, Mike Murphy. Mayor Murphy was elected to office in November of 2016 and re-elected in 2018. Before that, he served 5 years on the city council. He grew up here in Merced, graduating from Golden Valley High School. He earned a bachelor's degree in international politics and later graduated from Georgetown Law School in Washington, D.C. After law school, he returned to California to practice law in Silicon Valley, representing technology companies and business transactions, but ultimately returned here to his hometown to raise his family. The mayor practices business law, and his office is located here in our downtown. We are fortunate to have a mayor who loves the city and is as committed to its success as Mayor Murphy is. He coined the term that we have all come to know and love well, that we are a city on the rise. He's focused on public safety, making Merced a great place to do business, and important quality of life issues that we all care about. I know that I'm looking forward to hearing from him this morning for his last time as mayor. Before he joins us on stage, Jenny Castleton, Michael Soria, and Mayor Murphy's son, Walker, and daughter, Abigail, will perform Rainbow Connection for us this morning. Please join me in welcoming them.
heard and answered when wished on the morning star. Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it, and look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been fast asleep? And have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. The lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Did a great job. Proud of you, man. Proud of you. Michael, thank you. That was great. Jenny, thank you so much. It's great to be here with you today. Honestly, I feel like the luckiest guy in this whole theater. Maybe because I am. Being mayor for the past 3 years has been the honor of a lifetime. Very few people in the world get the opportunity to be the mayor of their hometown, town that I love so much. We have a wonderful team at the city of Merced, and we have been hard at work over the last year. I still remember sending out invitations to the first State of the City in 2017 and hoping that people would show up. I hope that people would show up and hear what's happening in our city. I was a brand new mayor. I was full of passion and resolve to roll up my sleeves and get to work. I tell you, my passion hasn't faded. My resolve hasn't weakened. In the years past, I've told you what was on my heart. That Merced is a city on the rise. It was then, and it is now. The state of our city, the city of mercy, is strong. Thank you to everyone that is part of today's program, both on stage and off. I'm so glad that Sarah Hill from the Greater Merced Chamber of Commerce accepted my invitation to be today's MC, and that Anissa Fregoso from the Merced County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce accepted my invitation to represent her organization so well. We have a lot of wonderful female leadership in Merced. What do you think? Jenny Castleton and Michael Soria, your performance was great. And Abigail and Walker, you make me proud. That was fantastic. For the time that we have here together today, I'll be sharing updates about our city. I'll share with you what we have accomplished and what to expect in the coming year, but also the challenges that we face and how we will meet them. Some of you are here to hear updates about the construction projects in our downtown, and others are here to learn more about what we're doing to combat homelessness. And others are in the balcony because their high school government teacher told them to be here. Is that right? So fundamentally, I think that the state of the city should be free and open to everyone. You shouldn't have to pay to hear the mayor speak, and having it during the day affords an opportunity for government students to come and be a part of this. Well, whatever your motivation might be for being here today, you will be missing the larger point about today's gathering if all you get is a download from the mayor on what's happening on upcoming projects. Today isn't just about getting a download. That's part of it, but the more meaningful part of today is how you're going to act on what you learn. How are you going to find a way to be more involved in Merced? How are you going to use your God-given strengths and talents to strengthen the fabric of our community? How is Merced going to be stronger for the next generation because of your presence? The person who founded Merced was Charles Henry Huffman, an immigrant from Germany. And like so many others, he came to California during the gold rush, and he stayed. He worked for the Central Pacific Railroad, buying lands for tracks and for new homes and towns, and he was the one that decided that Merced would make a nice town along the rail line. He also decided to stay and make Merced his home and start his life here. His vision lives on in many ways, from Laura Fountain in Applegate Park to our water system. And his great-granddaughter is in the audience today. Please welcome Joan Wiggly. Welcome, Joan. Let me share with you the most powerful piece of information that I know as mayor. It's actually very simple. I'm only as good as the people that are around me. As mayor, I get to be the front man and the face of the city, but we have a real strong team that brings us results. And let me introduce some of them to you. First, I'd like to introduce you to my 6 colleagues on the City Council. Matt Serrato is the Mayor Pro Tem and represents District 5. And in numeric order by district, the other council members are Anthony Martinez from District 1, Fernando Echeverria from District 2, Jill McLeod from District 3, Kevin Blake from District 4, Delray Shelton from District 6. Let's give them all a round of applause. Here they are. These guys are doing great work. Thank you. We also have a very talented team of city staff. Steve Kerrigan is our city manager, Venus Rodriguez is our city finance officer, and Fader Norton is our city attorney. These individuals are our 3 charter officers that are hired by the City Council, and we have a rock star group of department heads, supervisors, and line staff that make the city what it is. We simply couldn't function without their work. Let's give them a nice round of applause. I often go to elementary schools around the city to meet with students and read to classes, and I often share with them the range of services that we provide. We're a full service city from A to Z, meaning we have an airport and we have a zoo. We're responsible for roads, parks, clean drinking water, as well as garbage pickup, wastewater treatment, building inspections, police and fire protection, and so many other important services. And when I share with school children the list of services, I often ask how many people they think are employed by the city to make all of these things happen every day. It's common to have groups settle on a number around 5,000 employees, and sometimes even higher. Adults often make the same estimate. In the city of Merced, we put on the functions of a city every day with 1/10 of that. Just 520 employees, and they deserve our praise. And there's another group of people that are extremely important to me and afford me the opportunity to be the mayor, and that's my family. Heather and I celebrated our 18th wedding anniversary a few weeks ago, and I think she deserves an award for that. We've got our family picture up here, and you may relate, our best picture is one where the youngest is still not keeping his hands to himself. Walker's graduating from high school this year, a year early, and Maxwell and Abigail are high school freshmen. Nash is our youngest, and he's in 2nd grade. I recently attended Nash's class for a guest reader day, and in addition to sharing a little bit about the city and the services that we provide when I talk to students, I also usually pass out my business cards to the kids because they seem to enjoy it. When I went to Nash's class recently, I passed out my business card to his class, and during dinner that evening, I asked Nash how he liked having me in his class and whether the kids liked the business cards, and he just kind of shrugged it off and said that the business cards were okay, Dad, but Evelyn's grandpa is a farmer, and he brought chocolate milk, and her dad's a police officer, so he brought the SWAT vehicle to school. So these kids and Heather keep me grounded. I love them. So let's turn to what is underway in Merced and what lies ahead. There are a lot of people using their talents today to make Merced a better place. Drive through downtown and you'll see it all around you. You can find an event happening on most weekends thanks to our talented residents, whether it's a production at Playhouse Merced, poetry, live jazz music, a parade, or the Saturday Farmers Market. We are a community that wants to grow and nurture our talented people. Our community got stronger when UC Merced added its downtown center. And the downtown is becoming even more of an education center thanks to the Merced County Office of Education, who actually produced today's videos. Yeah. MCOE is going to be bringing our educators downtown for trainings in the Mondo building that they recently purchased across from Bob Hart Square, bringing a new wave of talent along with new shoppers and diners to our core. Another big moment for the downtown came when another group of folks brought their talents and strengths to share with our residents. Bitwise Industries announced that they are coming to town and bringing with them their blend of instruction, tech assistance, and incubator space. And the renovation of the El Capitan Hotel, the Mainzer Theater, and the Tioga are transformational projects for our city. It felt so good to have the Tioga sign restored to its rightful place in December, right? So let's have a look at some of the major projects underway in the downtown in this next video.
Hi, I'm Robin Donovan, Managing Director for the El Capitan Hotel, Mainzer, and Tioga Apartments. Since last year's State of the City address, we've actually have a model room. We're going to start taking on leasing applicants here in the next couple months. We're very excited that the downstairs space will be activated with retail. I think it'll be fantastic to see once it's all said and done and finished is the historic element that we're keeping in the communal areas known as the lobby back in its day. It is beautiful. Intricate work has been done to preserve that lobby area, and I think it'll be spectacular once we get to show it to everybody. What's interesting about a Tioga, as soon as the El Capitan is up, we're going to offer housekeeping services. You can get that daily, weekly, or monthly. We're even going to try to have some room service delivered over to the Tioga from the El Capitan. We're hoping to have the El Capitan open by the mid of 2020. A cafe area will be featuring a bar as well as our seated restaurant, which will have about 60 to 80 seats, outdoor seating as well. We're really excited that we've kept the historical element of the live stage at the Mainzer. That brick backing is still there. It's beautiful. We're hoping to have some great bands come to town. We're going to have a pour-your-own system, self-serve type beer. There'll be quite a few taps. What's really cool is we're going to have these games such as ping pong and foosball and skee ball. It's going to be very different and very welcoming. So it'll be a lot of fun and interesting elements to the Mainzer.
My name is Irma Olguin. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Bitwise Industries. I'm a native of the Central Valley, and Bitwise is a company that activates the technology industry for underdog cities in the United States. We started Bitwise in 2013 with the idea that we could fix our city using the technology industry. That started working. After 5 or 6 years of creating technology jobs in Fresno, California, we realized we had a model that would port to other places. So we're excited now to go to Bakersfield and Merced, California, take that model to those places to create technology jobs in those cities. I think one of the things that you notice first when you're walking down the streets of downtown Merced are all the different things that are clearly coming alive. The number of interesting things that are going on in the downtown, including the Tioga, which will be just across the street from us. There are just so many really neat moving parts, and we really just want to be a part of that. In Merced, we find a story that really resonates with us here in Fresno. So we're excited to see if what works here is going to work there as well and expand that story through the Central Valley.
The Tioga, the Mainzer, the El Capitan. So let's turn to transportation, and whether it's across the country or just across town, roads are important to a community's success. Just last week, the dedication was held for the completion of Segment 2 of Campus Parkway and the groundbreaking of Segment 3. This is a major 4-lane expressway that will connect Highway 99 to North Merced and the UC Merced campus. It will become an important commercial link, and it's part of the eventual loop route around the city. The section from Highway 140 to the freeway is done and ready for use. And if you're traveling to or from Yosemite, you can't miss the new overpass. Thank you to our state legislators and Merced County for moving this important project forward. The city has been busy with its own road projects, and downtown we had a project at Main and M Street where we combined adding a storm drain to a street project. It caused some traffic delays, but it was work that needed to get done. There have been road projects all around town on M Street, N Street, Yosemite Avenue, and elsewhere. We've also done major sidewalk projects on Buena Vista and around John Muir School, plus other miscellaneous ones. But one of the problems that affects most people is potholes, because they show up all over town. Last year, our public works crews filled 38,140 potholes. So they were especially busy in December filling 4,584 potholes. And if you aren't already aware, we're filling potholes that residents report on the Merced Connect app within 2 business days. And not many US cities can say that. We're looking toward the future as we conduct our business for the city. Part of that equation is providing room to grow for the future of Merced. We're working on the North Merced Annexation Feasibility Study, a real long name for whether or not to add more land to the city limits, and if so, how much. The study looks at over 7,600 acres of land in the Bellevue Road area, generally around UC Merced. Meetings are being held to determine what the residents living there want, what the property owners want, and what's in the best interests of the city. In August, UC Merced will achieve its major milestone of educating 10,000 students at a time with the completion of its 2020 project. That's impressive. So this land being discussed for annexation would become future homes, schools, restaurants, and retail stores, but that's many, many years down the road. It's not just UC Merced that's doing great work to educate our residents. Merced College is educating and training up a much-needed generation of skilled labor. Nurses, welders, teachers, and so many other noble professions, including students that go on to 4-year institutions after graduating from Merced College. Their doors are open to all, and you may have seen their signs around town asking for your support of Measure J. If passed, this would enable Merced College to modernize its aged facilities and expand services to more of our college-age kids. The City Council just approved a new development near Merced College on the vacant land at the corner of Yosemite Avenue and G Street. It will have medical office buildings, a hotel, apartments, retail stores, and restaurants on 21 acres. And it's not just the future that we're making. There are a number of things underway today in Merced. Retail expansion is important because it brings us clothes and coffee and food, but we've also had a good year in commercial and industrial expansion. People often say to me, Mayor, I see a lot of cool stuff coming to Merced. The downtown's coming alive and houses are under construction. But what about more skilled labor jobs? Head of household jobs. Well, let me tell you, that's happening too. In 2013, we had vacant industrial space in Merced, lots of it, over 1.5 million square feet available. Today, we only have 300,000 square feet available for lease. It's pretty remarkable. In December 2010, our employment rate was hovering around 20% and then eventually dropped down to 13%, and now 7.9%, and we're still working hard to bring it down. O'Keefe Safety First, Titan Doors, Centurion Boats have all made major expansions in Merced, in some cases doubling the size of their facilities. This means more income and more jobs for Merced, as these companies are putting millions and millions of dollars into their offices, warehouses, and production plants. And why? Well, it's really simple, actually. They're investing in Merced because they believe in Merced. Down at the Mission Avenue interchange, where Campus Parkway starts, there are 2 groups of investors who also believe in Merced. The Merced Gateway Center started putting in the infrastructure for the 77-acre travel oasis, lifestyle, and town center they're building. We'll also have an entertainment and multifamily component. And across the way, the campus Parkway Plaza has plans for a 5-story Hilton-branded hotel and conference center, 2 sit-down restaurants, 2 fast food pads, and a gas station. The Merced Mall also is planning for the future with a total revamping of the shopping center. And when it's done, there will be new entertainment and shopping experiences for us. Already there are plans to bring a Burlington Coat Factory to the former Sears store along with Five Below. We also received a building permit application for Ulta Beauty to be part of the Sears renovation. There will be some changes in the Lowe's shopping center. Ashley Furniture will take over the space currently leased by Best Buy, and there is a very strong likelihood that Best Buy will be relocated to a new location here in Merced that we hope to announce soon. We've got a Rally's Checkers Burgers coming to Childs Avenue in Parsons. And one particular business that has almost a cult following is Dutch Brothers Coffee. It's coming to Childs Avenue. They should be opening very soon. With an eye to the future and making Merced a better place, the bottom line is we need more houses and condos and apartments. Our vacancy rate is down to 1%. We need housing in all sizes and all price ranges. This year we issued permits for nearly 700 homes. In addition, there are permits for over 550 apartment units that are in the works. These apartments can house college students and ease some of the overcrowding issues in the Bellevue Ranch neighborhood. And new housing, market rate housing, is also under construction in South Merced, south of Childs Avenue. Last year, you may remember that I made homelessness the focal point of my State of the City address. I don't shy away from our challenges, and we certainly are not immune from this statewide struggle. I went into many of the things that we're doing to reduce homelessness, and I'm happy to report that I've seen more cooperation from our partners in county government and state government on this topic in the last year than I've ever seen in the past. For that, I'm both appreciative and hopeful. Last year, I introduced the need for a homeless court. Through the leadership of Superior Court Judges Proetti and Lowe and the support of Merced County, we are only weeks away from opening this specialized court. Homeless court focuses on helping homeless residents with minor offenses that prevent them from re-entering mainstream society and gaining employment. It allows them an opportunity to clean up their record with community service and get a fresh start. This is something that we should all be behind. I could spend our entire morning talking about the work we're doing to reduce homelessness. The city is building housing, and the county is providing safety net services, and will soon have a low barrier shelter to get more people off the street. Within city government, our police officers and firefighters often end up having the most contact with people facing the challenges of homelessness. They often end up being more than just first responders. They often have the role of social worker, connecting people with the services they need. Our DART team within the police department encounters these situations on a daily basis. They bring new meaning to the term community-oriented policing. Officer Mark Jenkins met with one man, and it had a life-changing experience for both of them. By the way, this next video helps explain why Officer Jenkins was selected as the city's 2019 Employee of the Year.
I'm Mark Jenkins with the Merced Police Department. I have been here since 2003, different assignments, and right now I'm assigned to what's called the Disruptive Area Response Team, known as the DART team. One of the things we try to do on the DART team is actually reach out to the homeless and provide them services, and try to find family, locate them, get them home. One of the things we do is try to see what we can do to get them off the street into the shelter. This last year I had the privilege of meeting someone I call a friend now. I'm over at the gazebo at Applegate Park. We talked for a little while to find out he was a veteran in the U.S. Navy, discharged for medical reasons. A couple weeks later, I saw him walking down the street. We started talking, and I realized that he had a guard card. I reached out to a guard company, and working with another group here in the city of Merced, we got him into the mission, and he's been working as a security guard pretty much ever since.
My name is Jay Roberts, retired Navy veteran, Desert Shield, Desert Storm combat. Was living here in Merced, homeless on the streets. One day on December 13th of 2018, my life was changed by a gentleman by the name of Officer Mark Jenkins from Merced Police Department. He made contact with me and I ended up pursuing the help that he offered, and he changed my life. Got me in touch with a couple security companies and I started back to work, and this company I'm working for right now ended up being a regular security guard, then promoted to a supervisor within a few months, and then 2 weeks after that I made the Rome teams and I worked for Cal Berkeley, Oakland A's, did work for the Oakland Raiders, 49ers, Stanford University, and San Jose State. With this company this year, I got offered the opportunity to go to Miami to work the Super Bowl. And when I found that out, I immediately notified Officer Jenkins, and he was like, "Man, I'm so proud of you. You've come a long way." We've become like brothers.
It's been a good friendship, and it's been building since. We talk quite often. It wasn't a one-time thing. That by far is one of the things I'm most proud of being a police officer, is being able to work with Jay and being able to help him get where he's at now.
So Officer Jenkins and Jay are here today. Jay, thank you for serving our country, and Officer Jenkins, thank you for all that you do for the city. I started off with a brief mention about Charles Huffman, who had such an important role in Merced's history. He came to Merced buying land rights for the Central Pacific Railroad and stayed here. Railroads still play a major role in Merced's life, and it's not just when they stop traffic. We're designing our downtown to accommodate the arrival of high-speed rail and also the ACE train, the Altamont Corridor Express. HSR is a few years away, but the ACE train's arrival is sooner. And part of the reason we have the development going on downtown is because people believe the future of Merced includes these projects. As far as the trains that we're going through town now, the city had just had a quiet zone study conducted on the BNSF rail line, the one that runs near the post office and Applegate Zoo. It spelled out some potential solutions to the increased number of horns that blast through the day and night. We're developing the solutions and exploring ways to pay for it. And if we can make safety improvements to these street crossings, it will not only reduce the number of vehicle and pedestrian accidents, but also reduce the number of train horns. Quiet zones are one of those quality of life issues that affect city residents. If you think about it, most of our jobs as mayor, council members, city employees is to maintain or improve the quality of life in Merced. Quality of life is proudly being a Tree City USA and working hard to keep that designation for more than 30 years. Quality of life can be something simple like creation of our bulky item drop-off site. This little spot at the corner of Yosemite Avenue and Highway 59 gives people a place to drop off things for free, like old mattresses, furniture, and appliances that might otherwise end up in our alleys and creeks. And so far, since it opened in October, the site has accepted hundreds of carloads and truckloads of materials. Residents are doing a good job helping pave the way to sustainability. Last year, you put 20% more green waste out for crews to pick up and to be composted as compared to 5 years ago. And it's not because we're using more water on our lawns. In fact, our water consumption as a city is down 25%. In addition, our households and businesses are also recycling 50% more today than we did just 5 years ago. Good job, Merced. A lot of people don't know the city has a wildlife refuge. If you weren't aware of it, the city's wildlife refuge is in the very southwest corner of the city past the airport. Last year, we put nearly 500 million gallons of recycled water on the refuge to help the fish and game out there. It's one more way that we're trying to make the future better for the next generation. We're also making investments in our youth. For example, 7,609 kids were involved in the different programs offered through our Parks and Recreation Department. That's a wide range of activities, from swim lessons to folklorico dancing to movies in the park. And the city of Merced will be opening a new youth recreation facility at our old fire station at the corner of 27th and K Street near John Muir Elementary. We recently put a new roof on the building, we gave it a fresh coat of paint, and made it ADA accessible. The space will be made available for free to local nonprofits working with youth, and if you're interested in learning more, there will be an open house to tour the space later this afternoon from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., and there is more information available at cityofmerced.org. The City Council also believes that it's important for neighbors to get to know each other. So we're thinking a little outside the box by purchasing a trailer with everything that you need to throw your own block party. The trailer will have popcorn and snow cone machines, games, tables, folding chairs, all available to check out for free. And if you want to get to know your neighbors better, we want to encourage that. The Block Party To Go trailer won't cost you anything to rent, and I'm of the belief that when neighbors know each other, neighborhoods are safer, cleaner, and the overall quality of life increases. Quality of life is also the arts, and Merced is rich with them. We have the many offerings of the Multicultural Arts Center, the productions at Playhouse Merced, and a number of musical venues throughout town. Some of you may have heard about the new work going on at the Merced Open Air Theater in Applegate Park later this year. Kim Garner from UC Merced worked hard to get grants for a 10-concert series that will be held at the Moat. And Monica Modeste and her husband Michael donated $25,000 to renovate the Moat in time for the summer concert series. Let's hear from them now.
I'm Kim Garner, Executive Director of Arts for UC Merced. Through a partnership between UC Merced and the City of Merced, we received the Levitt AMP Concert Series grant. The community was a big part of us receiving the grant. Everybody had to vote, and the more votes we got, the better chance we had of receiving the grant. It is a 10-concert free music series, which is wonderful, and it'll be in Applegate Park starting at the end of August and running through the end of October. One really amazing thing about the venue for this concert series, the Moat, is that it used to be used quite frequently. It was a really vibrant place for performances and a great place for our city to come connect folks together. But over the years, it's sort of fallen into disuse. So what we're hoping is with this grant, we'll be able to bring people out and really get that park moving again, get people excited about being in the park and spending time with each other. This is a wonderful grant. It's a great opportunity for Merced.
My name is Monica Modeste. I live in Merced. I've been here since 2009. We're at the Moat at Applegate Park, and what's exciting is there is going to be a renovation and should be completed no later than May. And what we're hoping is going to happen is that it will inspire and invite people to have concerts, performances, festivals. There's various portions of the wall that will have community-created mosaics installed. It's amazing what we can create as a community. Art needs to be seen and art needs to be experienced. There's so many opportunities, and this community is so eager, talented, and ready to engage and really make this city, the downtown, and many other areas a lot more attractive and beautiful.
Thank you, Kim Garner and the Modestes. Switching gears, I want to share with you 3 important ballot measures that our residents will be voting on in the upcoming March 3rd election. That will make some real improvements to the city. First, most cities have mayors that serve 4-year terms rather than 2-year terms, like we have here in Merced. Measure K would change this by making the term 4 years, but still keeping the 2-term maximum. In case you're wondering, this won't extend my service. It will end at the end of 2020. Second, most cities have a small stipend for city council members to make public service an opportunity for all Merced residents. Measure L addresses this issue and would establish a citizen stipend setting commission who would set a maximum stipend that would limit compensation for our elected officials. And the third ballot initiative, Measure M, establishes more direct reporting from the city financial officer to the mayor and city council. Let me shift our focus for a moment and share with you something that I am very excited about. I want to introduce you to someone who believes in Merced the way that we do. He isn't a member of our community yet, but soon will be as his business expands here. Many of you have been yearning for a brewery to open in Merced. Is that true? Yeah. So let me introduce you to Mike Cruz from Tioga Sequoia Brewery.
Hi, I'm Mike Cruz with Tioga Sequoia Brewing Company, and we're excited to announce that we're expanding to Merced, and we're looking forward to calling it home. Tioga Sequoia was founded in 2007. We were born in the Central Valley, and we planted our flag in downtown Fresno. We currently only have one location. We've really championed the revitalization of our downtown and our city, and we're excited to potentially do the same thing with Merced. We're excited to move to Merced because we feel like it's got really great potential. Where we're going and the idea of moving into downtown has a lot of things that are built into the ethos of who we are. We're really excited about Merced for a few different reasons, but one of them is we feel like Merced is on the rise, and we really feel like we're catching it at this time where we can be built in to the community on the ground level, especially in downtown. So one of the most exciting things about this move to Merced is going into the Tioga. I mean, come on, it's not a more perfect opportunity to go into a building that has the same namesake, that's been historic, that's something that we can help bring to life and revitalize and bring entertainment to downtown Merced. One of the big things that we like to hang our hat on at Tioga Sequoia is our brand and our culture that integrates into the Valley community. To bring people downtown and also get people excited and proud of where they are and what they're doing in the city that they live in. And I feel like we do that really well in Fresno, and I'm excited to replicate that in Merced.
Let's hear it for Tioga Sequoia Brewery. So Mike Cruz is here. Mike, can you stand up? I want to introduce you to Mike Cruz, who's expanded to Merced. It's fantastic. Thank you. So thank you, Mike Cruz, for your warm words about Merced in the video and for making the decision to come here. This will be a major addition to our downtown dining and entertainment lineup, and welcome to our city. I want to remind everyone that in 2 weeks we have our 3 annual town hall meetings in South, Central, and North Merced. The dates and locations are on the screen, and this is an opportunity to tell the council what we're doing right and what we can do better and what you'd like us to be doing. I would also like to invite everyone to the post-State of the City event that the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and Cardinal Financial are holding right out in front of the theater. Please stop by and grab a bite to eat and enjoy meeting new friends that share your interest in advancing Merced. In conclusion, I believe in Merced. I believe that those that went before us laid a solid foundation. They built 2 railroads and a third that went to Yosemite. They built a highway on 16th Street and then a freeway. They built Lake Yosemite and our irrigation canal system. They built the beautiful county courthouse and this majestic theater. But more importantly, I believe in us. I believe in the people in this room. I believe in the people that showed up on a Friday morning to come to the State of the City or that tuned in online. I believe in what we can accomplish together. I believe that a future generation will look back on this one with gratitude for what we will accomplish together. I'm pleased with our progress as a city. We've struggled with societal challenges that we will always face and that every city will, but in recent years we've struggled with our self-image as a city. But as you can see, there are a lot of people who believe in Merced. These are people who live in Merced and also people who look at Merced from the outside and want to become part of what's happening here. We've come a long way. I hear excitement for a new Merced, a revitalized and refreshed Merced, a Merced where all have a place and a role and a bright future. We get to write our own script. At the beginning of my term, I stood on this stage and shared with you 2 things that you could do to help our city. They're just as true today as they were then and have been largely responsible for our success. First, if you're passionate about something, act on it. If there's something that caught your attention today or something that you've been dreaming about, act on it. Consider this your official invitation from the mayor to move forward. Don't wait. Telling the mayor your great idea about what the city or what some other person should do is great. But if that's all that you do, then you're falling short. Be the change that you want to see in your neighborhood, your school, your group of friends. This is how your friends and family will remember you. This is how your community will remember you. It will be your gift to others and your legacy. Public service is hard, but it's extremely rewarding. Don't let your moment pass. Second, let's continue to elevate the way that we speak about our city. Words matter. Words can both hurt and heal. They can distance you from others or embrace them. Words can build up our city or hold us back. We shouldn't be naive or overlook our challenges in any way. I certainly don't, and I don't encourage others to either. But let's be realistic about the great community that we have and lean into it. It's easy to be critical and tear others down. It's much more difficult to build something up. In closing, dare to be bold. Dare to dream. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Be the change that Merced needs. Merced is a city on the rise, and I hope that you will join me in this important journey. Thank you.